This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, very good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome back. So, yesterday's session we were discussing about the Linux basics and the commands, right? So let's go on to continue the same thing. So yesterday we created one instance. I stopped the instance after our session um, because I don't want it running because it unnecessarily charges in my account. So we usually shut down the servers, and even the server actually is going to shut down automatically if you have not been using that particular server for so 69 minutes. It automatically, sorry, 59 minutes. It automatically going to shut down um, and save the amount in your account. Okay, so that is also it is going to happen. Okay, yeah. So let's wait for the machine to come up. Yes, the machine is up and you got the public IP address. So using these, you can connect from your local desktop. So you can use any utility of your choice and you can simply, so access to that particular one. And the default username is root and the password is DevOps321 and you should be able to. So, and once you log in, so you will be seeing a prompt like this.
Yeah, Raghu, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
This is Subrata here. Actually, I have created my own instance and I have logged into that IP address. So it will be okay?
Yeah, that is fine.
Thank you.
So yesterday we were trying to discuss about discuss some of the Linux basic commands. We talked about how do we deal with files, right? So how do you list the files and directories by using ls command we have seen, and also we have seen how do we um, create the files by using touch command. So that is also we have seen, and how to remove files by using rm command. So we have seen that, and how do you copy the files by using cp command. We have seen that, and after that, so how do you rename the files. So we have seen that particular part as well, okay, by using mv command. All right, and today we're going to discuss about the linux directory structure. So I have just kept the two diagrams, so which is linux and windows both. So here whenever you use not whenever you use, I probably most of you use a Windows operating system, so you should be having a minimal idea on how Windows is operating, right? So you'll be having your C drive, and the C drive is going to have multiple directories, and each and every directory has some purpose in the operating system, and you have some directories inside it. Okay, so that is how your file system, your operating system is so structured in the file system. So file system means the hard disk or the drive, whatever you have. Okay, so C drive, Windows, program files, document and settings, users. Okay, and yeah, so probably those things. So usually you'll find out in your C drive. So those are the standard directories which are created as part of operating system. The same way, Linux is also going to have the same kind of approach, but it starts with slash. So however it is starting with C drive there in your Windows machine, it starts with forward slash, and that forward slash we're going to call it as a root directory. So here, what is a root means is just try to understand a tree. So tree has roots and it has the major one root. Okay, so where the tree has been um, so has been come up with. Okay, so I don't remember the exact word, but so that is the actual so from seed actually the tree came, and so there it has starts with the first very basic root. Okay, so that's how okay, so you have root, right? So the same way here also you have a tree structure, and you have a tree structure of the directory structure and starts with root. Okay. So from root you'll be having different directories inside your folder structure. Okay, so here you have bin, etc, home, lib, usr, var, temp, sbin. A lot of directories will be there inside your slash, which is created as part of operating system, which has been created as a part of operating system. So that's how you have it, and each and every directory is going to have some subdirectories anyhow, so that has to be there. And so that is how your operating system is built on Linux. So it starts with slash. And now let's say if I want to use this plugin, if I want to use this plugin container, so then I have to start with slash usr, again slash, and lib slash plugin container. Okay, so that is how it is. So slash usr slash and bin slash or lib slash and share slash. Every directory is usually okay. If I just take you to the cd slash, I'll talk about that command. So, but if I just give ls command, by default it will not show you. Ls command has been tuned a little bit. It will not show you the full exact syntaxing of your directories. But if you look at actually, I think hyphen capital F only. Yeah. So if you view ls hyphen capital F, the full the full way of the directory or full format of that particular files, then you can see this. Anything which is coming up with slash at the ending, those are directories. This is how operating system. Um, this is how Linux operating system has designed their directories. You will be having after the word, so you might create a directory, so let's say sample will be created, but behind the scene it is sample slash, but usually it will not show you. So thinking that not thinking, basically just to make your life easy, it doesn't show all those particular things and make you confusing. But so this is how a folder will be. mnt means not mnt if it is mnt slash. So bin means it is not bin slash, but bin is not a directory here, that's okay. So dev means dev slash, or you take etc here, you'll be having etc somewhere here. Yeah, you see this, it is not etc, it is etc slash. The directories are going to be with slash. Okay, so that's how your directory structure in Linux operating system is going to be. It all starts with the forward slash. Okay, it all starts with forward slash, and then and then your directories and forward slash, and you want to go inside another forward slash, like that you will be getting. Okay, so that's how your Linux directory structure are there. So you can switch from one directory to another directory. So inside your operating system, in Windows, how do you go there? You click on C drive, it takes you to C drive. You click on users, it takes you to the users. You click on username, it takes you to the username. Like that, you click it. But here, Linux, everything is a command, right? So you have to use a command in order to enter into the directory. So how can you do that? How can you do that? So it's all about the commands, and you can just use the command which is called as cd, change directory command, which is cd command. Okay, but before the cd command, so we have yeah, okay. So before going with the cd command, so let's understand which directory you are in already. Which directory you are in already. So how can you check that is by using pwd. So which is going to tell you the present working directory you are in. You are in which directory? So forget about to switching, but you are in which directory. In Windows, there is in the top you will be having address bar, which is going to tell you in which directory you are in, right? So, but in Linux, how do you identify in which directory you are in? So just by using pwd command. So it is telling you you are in slash root directory. Okay, so slash root is a root user home directory. So that's where you are in. So whenever the user logs in, whenever any user logs in, it will be taking it to you to its home directory. Okay, for an example, if I just want to go to su-CentOS, we'll talk about this command later. So now if I just see this pwd, so CentOS is user home directory is a valve under /home/CentOS. So it is taking to that particular user home directory. So that's how it is entering into, that is how, okay, you'll be in your default home directory by default. Okay, so yeah, so that is how your operating system has been designed. So whenever you try to log in, it takes you to your home directory. Okay, and I logged in as a root user, so that's where I am actually into the root home directory. So root is an administrator. He has a separate directory altogether. If any other user is logging in, so /home is the default directory, and inside that, so one directory will be created in the name of username, and that is the home directory for that particular user. Okay, so like Windows also, you create a user, it will be under C drive, users, and some other directory with the username. Okay, so all the users comes there. So that is how your Windows is working. The same way, Linux is also working the same way. If it is a normal user, you're going to get a /1/ and the username as the home directory. And whenever that user logs in, so he will go into that particular directory. All right, so starts with pwd command. So pwd command is going to tell you in which directory you are in currently. So that's pwd. Okay, and it is always important to observe that which the directory which you are executing before executing the commands, because in some cases you try to execute some command and which will lead to loss of data. If you execute the commands in the wrong location. So sometimes you're trying to remove the files or copy the files. You're just doing some operations with the directory specific. Now, if you are actually in some other directory performing some other job, so here there also you have some same kind of file names, you might, okay, so you might be in a situation of losing the data. So that's a little bit weird situation. So don't be in that situation. Always check in which directory you are in before executing. And it's very simple. Just give pwd command and gives you in which directory you are in, and um, you can execute the command safely. Okay, so that's how you have it. And the next one is you have change directory. So cd command. So cd command is going to allow you to change from one directory to another directory. It is going to allow you to change from one directory to another directory. So let's go and give, let's say cd / if I give, so it takes you to / directory. So which directory you're in? So pwd. Okay, so it takes you to that particular directory, whatever you have given to cd. So cd space and the directory you want to go for. Now let's say cd, there are a lot of directories in /, let's say tmp and pwd, and you are in tmp. So in Windows, it is just by using clicks. It is by using command. So that's what the difference you need to understand. In Linux, everything is a command, and anything you want to do a job, the first thing it has to come into your mind is what is a command. Okay, then you can go ahead, okay, and execute that particular command. So here, cd command will allow you to will help you in switching from one directory to another directory. So yesterday I asked you to go for learning some bash shortcuts, right? And one of the shortcut which we use usually here while so while navigating into some directories which we don't know the directory. Okay, so we're going to enter into the directory, so we don't know what all the directories are there. So and then we have to do ls, understand the that, and go into that directory. Again, I don't know what all the files are there, ls, and it's going to be a little bit uh, lazy job. So let's see, what I'm trying to say is I'll go to / I don't know what I want to go for ls. Okay, so there is a var directory, I want to go to var. Okay, and I don't know what again here, ls. Again, I think like so something I want to go for log. Okay, and I don't know again ls, and again something you can go to cd anaconda ls, and I don't know again, so I just do ls. Okay, so I might be looking some files because there are no directories. There is no directories here. Okay, so you're in which directory? Like this. Now let me go back to cd slash. So instead of this, or instead of going there, type ls, go there, type ls, you can also do it in a shortcut way, just by using tab spaces. So do cd slash, and if you give double tab, automatically it is showing you what all the directories you want to go and where. Again double tab, and it is going to show you what are the things, and log, and log, and double tab, you will see the directories again, okay, or directories. So the directories are going to be ending with slash, and if it is a normal file, it is going to be normally like this. And I can go for something like audit and double tap. Okay, so like this, you can navigate just by using double tap symbol, double tap symbol. Okay, so keep that in mind. So shortcuts are there, which makes your life easy. Okay, which saves a lot of your time, by the way. Yeah. So so here the next thing which we're going to talk about is some more options in cd command. So you are in whichever directory, doesn't matter. So you are in which directory, so somewhere here, and if you simply give cd enter, so it will take you to your home directory. You are in whichever directory, doesn't matter. You just give cd enter, it takes you to your home directory. Simply resets. Okay, so yeah. So here, so whenever you there is a question on the chat, so asking about how I have used the tab space to navigate there. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that particular point here. So I'm going to give cd slash. First of all, I'm going to start from root directory. Now I don't know so which directory I have to go inside here. So I'll give cd, and I don't know. So there are so many. Because I'm new to the system, assume I don't know the complete directory structure. I know the basic directory structure which comes with operating system, but after that I don't know anything. So in that case, so how do you deal with your operating system? So, or how do you navigate in an easier way is double tab is going to help you. So now cd slash I have given, and I'm just going to press double tab. Of course, it will not show you anything on the screen that what I'm typing, but if you press double tab, you might hear some sound, right? So that is what it is. So I press double tab, and you can see this directory. So let's say VAR, and I came to know VAR. I just type VAR, and again I don't know in VAR what VAR what are I have, and I just do double tab. It shows me all the things. Okay, so let's say I have var run. Okay, so again double tap. So you have so many directories here. And again, I don't know what I need to view, so I'll just go and give let's say I'll view some directory, and again double tap. Okay, so double tap, so it is actually, try to see this log I'm giving, and I'm giving single tab itself is filling the journal automatically. Okay, so because there were no other directories other than the journal, so that's automatically filling it up. And again, I don't know what you have there, and again double tap, it is filling with the file name. So just with some practice, you should be able to understand. Double tab, it's tab vanilla. It is a tab keyboard, a tab key in your keyboard. Okay, tab key. All right. So that's how we navigate easily in your operating system. So as I mentioned, see, anyone can do the same things, but who does the fast, who knows some shortcuts, can make the things faster. Okay, so that is also important actually. All right, so you should be in a position to get a lot of hands-on on these commands. I expect you execute 1,000 commands, not one or two not one or two times. I expect you to do the same thing again and again for 1,000 times. Okay, so that so it has to be or you have to execute without any conscious also. Okay, so you should be simply able to type the commands even when you are unconscious or not conscious, but Okay, try to execute in conscious way only. But okay, so most of the commands over the period of time you try to execute again and again, again and again. So so you can simply try to execute them. Okay, so with the practice only you'll be able to get that particular knowledge. So even if you learn it, you cannot do that. You cannot get that way. It's only with practice you should be able to do that. Okay, and so on the directories perspective, so we need to talk about certain basics over here. So which is a single dot and a double dot, single dot and double dot. All right, so a single dot and double dot is what so sometimes is really going to help you. So how it is going to help you? So let's say, for an example, let me take you to a directory. So slash where lib and yum, so some directory. Okay, so I'm in which directory right now? This one. Now there is something called as dot and dot dot. Okay, first let me talk about dot dot and then dot. So cd, so dot dot, what happened? Check the pwd. So previously you're here, now you're here. So that means what dot dot is denoting? The dot dot is denoting the parent directory. So if you want to go to parent directory and if you want to refer to parent directory, so from wherever directory you are in, then it is going to be dot dot. Okay, if you want to refer your parent directory, then dot dot. So not only with the cd command, so with any command, so dot dot is you are referring to parent directory and it's a shortcut. So instead of completely giving this path, I just give cd dot dot. Okay, so now to this we are labeled who is the parent, where is the parent, and I'm currently inside that. And if I just give cd dot dot and pwd, and you see this. And to this, who is the parent? Slash is the parent, and cd dot dot, and it takes you to your slash. And to this, who is the parent? Nowhere. It is the starting origin, so it will never take you to anywhere. So it just stops there. Okay, even if you use cd dot dot here, no use. It will still be staying in slash only. So that's the origin of the operating system, of the file structure of your operating system. So that is dot dot. That is dot dot. So whereas the dot is, so something. So again, if I just give cd enter, it takes me to my home directory and ls. And so let's say touch, or let's say I have a file called as cp/etc password. So there is a file called as etc password. Okay, that's a default file of the operating system. I know there is a file exists, and that's where I'm just giving it. And now I want to copy in my local directory. So how can I do that? So I'll just give, yesterday we talked about the source and destination, right? The source now it is going to be a file from a different location, not in the same location. That's all, but it's a file. It's a file. Okay, so now I want to copy etc password to here. So to here, whatever the name I want to give, you can give the name, or else in a shortcut, you can just give dot. Dot means whatever the file you're trying to copy, the same file you should copy in my location. So present, so dot dot is denoting the parent directory, whereas dot is denoting the present working directory or present directory. So dot is denoting the present directory, dot dot is denoting the parent directory. Okay, so and if you just give enter, so instead of giving this particular complete file name, you can simply give dot, and that file is going to get copied over here with the same file name. Okay, so dot denotes present directory. Okay, so you're telling so here to the cp command dot, so copy here. Here means this path. Here means this path. Let's say if you give some other path. So now let's say if I just give /tmp, now this file is going to copy under /tmp. So you go inside cd/tmp, do ls, and you can see this password file here there. Okay, so that dot is denoting the present directory. So shortcuts, again, this is also an important shortcut, by the way. Okay, so and that's where. So now let's say I am in which directory, tmp. I want to switch to another directory. So but from my parent. So who is my parent? cd dot dot slash and var. So you can go this way also. Now you're in slash var directory. Now let's say you're in ADM, var ADM. So you are in var ADM. Now you want to go to var lib. Okay, so cd dot dot slash and lib. So dot dot slash means you're being navigated to the parent directory, and from there again come back to lib directory. So you're just telling the navigation path by using dot dot. Okay, but whereas dot is the present directory. So whenever you need to give present directory, you can just use dot. So clear on that? Any questions? Okay, all right. So the next thing is going to be create a directory. Okay, so let's jump into the commands which we need. Um, next, the commands which we need over here is so here starts with creating a directory. So how do you create a directory? So by using mkdir. If you want to create a directory, so then that is mkdir. Okay, mkdir is going to create a directory which is something like demo and do ls, and the demo is a directory. So Linux can help you in understanding that that is a directory or a file just by giving some colors with ls command. So ls command is going to give you some colors by default, and by default some colors. And by seeing the color also you'll understand what type of file it is. So by seeing the demo, so you can see this, it is not showing properly because so it's a blue color and it is not showing properly on it's not showing properly on a black background, but that's okay. So that's a directory. That's a directory. Okay, and you can just see this. How can you? So by seeing the colors also, you cannot determine. By seeing the colors also, you cannot determine. Um, by seeing the colors also, um, okay, you can determine what type of it. But colors can be modified. Colors can be modified. So that's where we don't. Refer colors. See, if someone is not modifying the system, if you know damn sure that they haven't touched the system defaults, okay, you can determine that color is fine. Okay, if you feel that someone has touched those particular options and all, so by seeing that you cannot understand. So or else ls command sometimes, so they might disable these options of coloring options. So now you can see this ls command is showing you the two files, but showing in a plain colors, not showing any, it's not using any colors here, just giving the plain colors. Now in this case, how can I identify whether I, so now if I just give ls, it shows me a demo has a demo has one, and password has one. So I might think password has a directory and demo has a file, but is it true? No. So by seeing the colors, okay, you can understand something. But if some cases you will not have colors, okay, in that case, so what you do? So what you do is by giving ls-l option. So ls-l option is going to help you in understanding whether it is a directory or a normal file. So if it is a directory, the very first character of the ls-l output is going to show you whether that is directory or whether it is a regular file. If it is a directory, you'll find D, and if it is a regular file, you'll see just hyphen. There are total 7 types of files which are available in your Linux operating system. Out of them, we are just seeing only 2. Okay, and there are other 5 types of files, 5 other types as well. So you can explore them. So let me name them. Okay, so you'll be having you already seen that regular file and directory. So these are the 2 types. And what all the other 5 types is named pipe file. You have one named pipe file, and block special file, character special file, link is another type, and socket file is another type. So total 7 types of files. But generally, as a user, we deal with only these, so directories and files, regular files only. So we don't touch with the other types of files which are, so special files inside your operating system. Okay, so that's how. That's how um, um, your operating system is um, That's how we use it usually. So these are the two different types of file types we use in regular. Okay, so yeah. So explore, I'm not stopping you. Okay, so I'm not never saying that, okay, so whatever I teach here is enough. I never say that. Okay, because there is a lot more things which are available, which are needed, even you need to learn in some cases. Okay, so explore, so use this as a background, that's all. Okay, from here explore, read something every day, try to read something. So let's say Linux commands, I'm talking about something, and also there is also one more PDF also. So gitlab.com or gitlab.com/intros. So the PDF which I'm talking about is this one, and there is another PDF as well. So Linux basics. Just click on that. It's not my PDF. I found it from internet. So this looked good. So then I just took it and uploaded here. Okay. So you have a lot of options here, a lot of commands here. So I am explaining whatever I need. Okay. So but this guy is giving you so many options. Okay, so just explore it. So here also he has explained somewhere. Not good. File content. Okay, so whatever it is, so you can see here. So there are a few things which are more and more is available here. Explore them, practice them. Once done with this, explore more. Okay, so I'm never stopping you. Okay, so yeah. Now you just created a directory, and you know that how to identify whether that is a directory or a file or whatever it is, and you can just see it by using ls-l output. Okay, so that's how you have it. And the next one is how can you remove a directory? Can you remove a directory? And also, yeah, some more options here. And mkdir demo, it will create an empty directory. That's okay. And now let's say mkdir, I want to create inside demo. I want to create something like new and slash item one. So then what it is going to throw you an error, what it is going to show you is it shows or it throws an error basically. What it is telling demo is there, but inside demo new is not there to create an item one directory. Okay, and that's where you're getting an error. So new doesn't exist, or it's not shown properly, but demo is there, and inside that new doesn't exist to create an item one inside it. In that case, what you do, I want to create this directory structure completely. So you can create all the parent which are is needed by giving -p option, and with -p option I can take care. So just give hyphen, and now that complete directory structure has been created. All right, so that's how you have it. and and so the next thing is okay, so and the next thing is going to be, which is you can create multiple directories as well. mkdir, you can create directory 1 and directory 2, and it can create multiple directories in a single shot as well. Okay, so that's how you have it. Now while coming to the remove directory, yes Srini, anything?
Uh, can I ask a question? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Like, if you don't mind, can you give the use case for those type of file files? Just a top level use case, just like when you use
This
it.
one?
No, not this, not the regular directory in the file, but the other types of files, right? The link and the pipes, just a use case.
Yeah, so if you go to cd/dev, you'll find out all the files usually. So ls-l. So it starts with characters, so I mentioned character special file. Okay, one type of file which is character special file. What is the purpose of character special files inside an operating system? So character special files are responsible for, are one um, uh, or some part of character special files are responsible for taking your input. So you're just in your keyboard, you're just typing ls enter. So there is someone in the operating system who is reading what you're typing in the keyboard, and that's where those are character special files. Whenever you log into a system, a particular character special file is associated to your session, I connected to the server, I have a session here, and I can check my, I can check my character special file as PTS0. So whatever I am typing, so who is taking that? So a separate file will be created for your session, and whatever you're typing, this file is taking your input and putting to the system. Okay, so PTS0. So you'll find out PTS0 somewhere over here. PTS. It's in alphabetical order, right? OP. Okay, so it usually PTS0, right? Okay, so it comes in it comes in some other directory. So TTY or PTS0, right? I think I already lost my Linux basics. PTS, yeah, you have a directory called as PTS. So you just go inside PTS and do ls, and you see a file called as 0. So this is responsible for taking your input. So character special files are responsible for taking your inputs from the keyboard. So that is one of the use case, and you have others also in the operating system. So I don't want to take you much deeper there. So without some background, so just leave it aside. So character special files are responsible for taking the input from the keyboard and put it to the system. So that is what the special files. Now the next one is so we are done with directory, file, and character special file. And the next one, what you have, so which is the next one, which is block special files. Okay, again in the /dev only you'll find it out. So the hard disk files is also, see, in Linux everything is a file. That's what you need to understand. Another point. Okay, in Linux everything is a file. So your hard disk you're having, so fdisk-l yesterday I was showing you. So this, if you just try to do, so just to understand to the system that is a hard disk, so it is starting with B. It's a block special file. Okay, it's a block file. And the next one, named pipe files are there. So you have a concept called as what we call that FIFO. Okay, so queues basically, right? So first in, first out, and kind of so programmatic concepts. And those those also you can operate with first in, first out. You can make through a file. Actually, there is a concept completely. So that kind of files, okay, are available in the operating system. Those are named by files. Okay, so we usually use pipe symbol. Later we'll talk about that. And this pipe symbol also can be approached through a file, and that's where named pipe file comes into a picture. Okay, so what are you using a pipe symbol generally? So whoever has some idea on Linux, so we'll talk about the pipes later. But the pipe symbol is what helps you in these are the default pipe you're using, and the same way you can use the pipes concept through some file. So that, let's say you can use a pipe as a bridge between two commands. So let's say first command runs something on the file, and the first command is successful, then it goes as an input to the second command. Okay, general pipe also does the same thing, but you can do that particular operation as a file also, and that's where you have named by file. And you can create a shortcut. So in Windows, so you might see let's say you install a Chrome browser, you'll get a desktop shortcut, or you do something, you'll get a desktop shortcut, right? So that's a shortcut pointing to the actual file in the back end, and that's where you have link files actually which are available, and so which are going to start with L. Okay, link files. So a link file, stderr, is a file which is pointing to /proc/fd, something like this. Okay, so that's how you have it. And the final one which you have is a socket file. So socket file is a network layer file, so which is also available in this location only. Some file name called as log something will be there. Yeah, so here log file, yeah, you see this. So this is a socket file as file. Okay, so this is a network based file, and it does operation. I really don't remember what it does in the completely the operation. I really don't remember. I need to recall by reading it. Okay, so this is also another type of file. So total 7 types of files: directory, regular file, character special file, block special file, named pipe file, link file, socket file. 7 types of files which are available. Okay. We don't really require, so that's what I'm mentioning all the time. Okay, so years back, whatever we know Linux, you never see those options nowadays. Okay, because we are in a much sophisticated world. Okay, cloud world. So learning them is always good thing, but so frankly saying, those are really not required in today's world. Okay, so yeah, but anyhow, so that is how you have it. Now coming back to the point, so we're
Thank you.
discussing about.
Thanks, Raghu.
Yeah, no problem. So coming back to the points which we are discussing about, so remove the directory. So I have created a directory and I want to remove it. So how can I remove the directory is just by using the rmdir demo. But rmdir can remove only a directory if it is empty directory. If it is an empty directory, so then only it will remove rmdir directory, rmdir. Okay, so but if it is having some content, because I have some directories inside demo, I create a new item one, so things work, right? So I cannot remove that directory. So if you have something inside your directory, and if you are sure that you want to remove the directory and all the content inside that, then you have rm command to do that. Rm also cannot do that by default, because rm is a command which is available to remove a file. Yesterday I didn't talk about rm command, I think so. Yeah, renaming file, copy file. Yeah, I talked about it. Sorry. Yeah, I talked about that. I shown -f option also. Yeah, rm command demo directory. So this is also not deleting the directory, because it is telling you, hey, this is a directory. But rm command, the default nature of rm command is to remove a file, but not a directory. So how can you do that is by specifying an option which is -r. Be cautious, and whenever you are removing it, so you will never get the data back. So it is asking for yes or no. Okay, you see this, it is asking for yes or no. So it asks for so many yes or no's. But if I don't want that particular yes or no's, then I have a -f option. rm-rf is general option which we use to remove the directories. So mkdir-p demo/new/ I'm just creating back the same directory, rm-r demo. So it is again it is again asking the same thing. I'm pressing Control C. So Control C is a shortcut which is available in Linux terminal to terminate the command. To terminate that command which you are running. Okay, the rm command, whatever I'm trying to run, I just terminate it by using Control C. So you might confuse few days in using Windows operating system connecting to the Linux machine, because Control C, if you try to press during the any operation in your Windows machine, so on the Linux terminal, it will get terminated. Okay, so that's where you have to be cautious. So Control C is going to terminate the command what you have, or command what you have is going to terminate the command what you have. Okay, so that's how it's going to terminate the command what you have. And yeah, so, and that's the reason your putty tool. So if I want to copy some content, so then what is if I want to copy some content, so in Windows usually what I do, so I usually use Control C. But Control C in the Linux terminal is going to take that as terminate the command. So that's where is going to be the problem. And these utilities usually help you in, so whenever I select the text, so I selected this text, and this text automatically copied to our clipboard. So that is what it generally does. So here, so you see this, and I'm pasting in my editor or some notepad or whatever it is. I'm able to paste it. So I didn't press any Control C or my Mac machine's copy button, nothing. It's like a putty tool. You select it, you get it into the clipboard. Okay, little bit cautious on that area as well while pressing the Control C. Okay, now coming back here. So here you're having RM-R is always asking you to prompt for yes or no. Let's say there are some 1,000 files inside that. I cannot go ahead and give so I cannot go ahead and give so 1,000 yes there, right? So I want to forcefully delete it in a single shot. RM-RF is going to help you. Okay, it's gone. -R for recursively remove the directories, and -F option is to forcefully without not asking for yes or no prompt. Okay, so that's what you have it here. And what next? So copy a directory. So if you have some directory and you have some content inside that, you can copy a directory just by giving the cp command. So mkdir demo and cd demo and so touch 1.txt 2.txt. So there are two files. Let me come out and I can copy this directory. So cp, okay, so cp demo, and let's say I'll just give demo 1. Again, cp is also going to come out saying that it's omitting the directory. It's omitting because it's a directory. It's omitting because demo is a directory. So because cp command, also the nature of cp command is always copy a file, and it is a recursive. So -R, it's a directory to specify it's a directory. So -R is the option and enter. And ls, now you see this demo is there and demo 1 is also there. So demo 1 is also going to have all the content whatever you have in demo inside demo 1. So it's like simply copy paste. But there are some situations which are going to come out. So what is the situation? If directory 2, so try to understand. So cp-r directory 1 and directory 2. And so now if directory 2 is already there, so now let's say previously you're giving a cp-r demo 1, there is no demo 1 directory, it copied in the same location. Now if I'm giving cp-r demo to demo 1 is already there. So then what are the probability errors you are going to expect? So saying that okay, hey, this directory is already there, do you want to overwrite? Your Windows does that part, but Linux is a different approach. It never does that. So it is thinking that you're asking your demo directory to copy inside demo 1. It is thinking that you're asking demo directory to be copied inside demo 1 directory. So if demo 1 is already exists, demo 1 is not there, so then it will think that demo 1 directory should be copied to demo 1, or else demo directory will be copied inside demo 1 is what it is going to think now. So now I do enter here, so it's not throwing really any error. So what happened to that particular copy? You just go inside demo 1, do ls, you'll see find out the demo directory. Okay, so that's where if the target exists, so cp source and target we can call it as, or source and destination. So if the destination exists, the behavior is going to be different. The destination doesn't exist, the behavior is different. Clear? Any questions?
Hi Raghu, can you do an example where the directory doesn't exist?
So we've seen this right? So first time I do ls, there is no demo 1 directory. And I have given cp-r demo and demo 1. I got demo 1.
Right. So it gets created.
Yes, it gets created.
Okay.
It's the same thing like your Windows operating system. You know all these things, but it's in a different way. That's all. In Windows also, you copy a file and you go to somewhere and try to paste it. It will paste it if it is not there. If it is already there, so it will ask you the options. Okay, overwrite file or keep both. So sometimes it asks you that options whether you have observed or not. So overwrite the file or keep both. So
Okay.
so it is something like like that kind of approach. So that's a Windows operating system. That's the way it works, and this is Linux.
But in Linux, it won't give you an option to overwrite.
No.
It will directly overwrite, right?
It will override by default if it is a file. Yesterday we talked about the files,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. It will override. Yeah, but if it is a directory, so then it works in a different way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone?
So the contents of demo will be copied to the demo
Right.
one.
Exactly. Exactly. So you can check that by using the demo one. I shown you ls right here. So there are two files already which were there created inside demo one. Inside demo, sorry. Demo one, I created those files and I copied to demo one all those. It's basic fundamental. You don't need to. That never changes with any of the operating system. If you are copying a directory, all the contents inside that are going to inside that particular folder will also get copied. That's a fundamental point, basically. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So the next thing is going to be moving a directories. Okay. So how can I move directory from one location to another location, or move a file, or move a directory? So whatever it is, if you want to move from one location to another location, okay. So how can you do that? Give me 1 second. 1 minute. All right. Yeah. So coming to the moving directories. So moving directories or renaming the directories, you can use it as a renaming, and also you can use it to move from one location to another location. Okay. So if you perform the move command in the same directory, so then that is renamed. And if you move or if you perform the move command with different locations, so that's nothing but moving the file. So what I'm trying to mention here is, let's say move demo one with the demo one. So something like caps I'm moving. So I'm performing in the local directory. I'm not actually giving the, something like /tmp or something like that. So not dealing with any directory. I'm just giving in the local directory. So, I just get renamed. Okay. So try to see the situations here. Move source and destination. And destination. If the destination doesn't exist, so the destination doesn't exist. So this is a rename. This destination doesn't exist. It's a rename. And so if the destination exists, what happens? Now let's say mv demo, and let's say demo one. Now the demo one destination exists now. Now what happens? Like what is happening with the cp command? So the same thing happens with move command also. It is trying to move the file from so over here into demo one directory. It's trying to move completely. Okay, into the demo one directory. Previously it is copying inside the demo directory. Now it is completely moving into um, that particular directory. So it all depends upon the destination. If the destination exists, and if the destination is a file, that's an invalid operation. Okay, I'm pressing Ctrl+C to come out. So now let's say mv demo, and I just want to give something like password. Okay, so something like this. So now move demo into a file. Is it possible? No, it's an invalid operation. So it's an invalid operation. You cannot move a folder into a file. You can move a file into a folder or directory. So the vice versa is not possible. All right. So that's how. Yeah. So I was telling something. Just moved away my concentration. So so if the destination exists, and if it is a file, then it is an invalid operation. And if it is a directory, then it moves that particular source into that particular destination. That's what happens. Okay, ls. So let's say if I just give move password and if I just give demo1, now what happened? The password file has been moved into demo1 directory. Okay, if the destination exists and if it is a directory, so the source will be moved into the destination. The source can be a file or a directory, doesn't matter. It just moves into that particular directory. Okay, so that's how we have our move commands. Okay, so with a little bit practice only, these confusions will go away. So there is nothing much to worry. Just with some hands-on, all confusions will go away. So yeah. So the next thing is going to be dealing with the file content. So far we just deal with an empty files. From now on, okay, so we are going to from now on we're going to discuss about file content, dealing with file content. So how do I deal with the file and its content? Okay, there are a lot of commands. So based on the requirement, so we'll use those particular commands. Okay, so let me take a file called as /etc/password. I want to copy it here. Okay, so just for practice, I don't want that's the main file. I'm just copying the file to my local location and I'm dealing with that particular file. So don't so play with this file because that's a system file, and that's a system file which is going to be a problem if you do something wrong with that particular file. Okay, so yeah. The next thing is going to be cat and then cat here password. So there is a file and it has some content. How to add our own content, we'll see that, but before to that, how to deal with an existing content. Okay, so by using cat command, so cat is going to show you all the content whatever you have in that particular file. So cat command is a concatenation of the concatenation of a file. Okay, cat command. So cat command by default will try to show you from the top line to ending line. Okay, so sometimes people think, okay, can I get it in reverse? There could be some situations. But I want this file to be printed in reverse. So 1 to, let's say there are 10 lines and 1 to 10 is printing, or I want it in a 10 to 1 way. Okay, it's simple. So cat reverse is what? TSE. You can just give TSE password. That's all. TAC is another command, so which is available by default. So it just inverses the output line numbers in the way of printing. That's all. Some people, are some cases you want the first line to be printed in the ending. So just for understanding, so you can just get this way. Okay. The next one. Okay, so see, a cat command also has some options. So cat -n password, and it can also print with the line numbers. It can also print with line numbers. Okay, so that's what the cat command you have. Cat is going to show you all the content. You have 1,000 lines, you will be bombarded with 1,000 lines. Okay, so that's how yeah, so it is going to bombard with all the 1,000 lines, whatever you have. But I don't want all those 1,000 lines. I want to start filtering the content. So let's say here are 23 lines I'm having. I don't want all these 23 lines. I'm looking for certain thing, probably not all the content. I'm looking for very certain content. And how can you get those certain content? It starts with a command which is called as head command. Okay, so head is going to give you the top 10 lines. So head of password file is going to give you the top 10 lines by default. And if you want a particular number of lines, so now let's say I want only 3 lines, head -n3, head -n3. So it's going to, it's going to print the top 3 lines. Okay, and the same way tail. So tail command also is going to help you in getting the last line. So tail password last 10 lines, and tail hyphen N3 password last 3 lines. Simple, head and tail. Okay, any questions on this? Yeah. So tail command has an option which is called as -f option. So which is going to help you in monitoring the monitoring the log files. Okay, so log files will be generated, and those particular log files, if you want to monitor those log files, so how do you do that? So tail. So let's say I can take a system file which is var log messages. So there is a system file which is var log messages which log everything. Now I'll just open another session. I'll just open duplicate session. So in this particular log file, it is going to show us that, so someone is trying to log in. So started session for CentOS user. Okay. So then after that, I'll start executing some commands. Okay. So you can see this, there is one more line came up. I'm pressing enter. So just to show you that delimitation. All right. So here, I'm going to execute some command. So install build. So I'm just trying to install a package. I'm not sure whether that package is right there or not. Yeah. So now I'm trying to install a command, some operation, so it is showing that information. So tail -f, a log file, you are going to follow the log file. See, all the things, whatever it is being done by your operating system will get logged. It's not only with the operating system, everywhere, use application, database, or something. So everything get logged, and such log files, you can monitor that by follow those log files by using tail -f. I just want to sit and watch what is happening, and each and everything get logged here. So I'll just simply look into here. So let's say in some troubleshooting cases also, so tomorrow something went wrong and you want to know that, what happened, we'll go into these log files and start analyzing these particular log files. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. And so that's where tail -f command is going to help you in following the logs. You want to monitor them. Okay, so that's what you have. Okay, so that is about a head and tail command, and the next one which you have is a grep command. So now tail and head, how those are working. Tail and head is working only. Tail and head is working based on line numbers. 1 to 10 is a line number, top 3 is a line number, last 3 is a line number. Okay, so it's all dealing with line numbers. Now in a case, if you want to deal with content, I don't want all the lines, deal with the numbers. Now I'm looking for a word and I want only the lines with that particular word. Okay, so let's say in the var log messages, if I just look for, is there any error messages inside my var log messages? So there are no error logs. So that means my system is fine. If there are any error log messages, so then I need to worry about the system. Okay, because there are some errors. So, and hence there are no errors. I'm just now relaxing. So not worrying about that. Okay, so now grep is a command which is going to help you in fetching the lines which you have inside a file. Okay, so we have a password file. I can take grep root from password. Now you can see this, there are two lines you're getting, and those particular lines are having a word called as root, and hence it is printing those particular two lines. Okay, so that's how you grab those lines and based on your requirement. Okay, so there are a lot of options with the grep, so try to explore them, and you can, based on your requirement, you can use it. But simply grep a word and a file, That's all. It grabs all the lines whichever is having that particular word. Okay, that is how it is going to work. Right. So the next one is going to be AWK command. Okay, and AWK command, awk we generally call it as, but it's not awk, it's AWK, because it has been developed by 3 authors. Okay, and that's where their the names first characters are, so some character has been named as AWK. Okay, so generally people call it as awk, but yeah, it's anyhow. Okay, that's fine. Awk is also fine. So if you are able to understand, that's AWK command. Okay, so some cases we need to get the content to be filtered based on columns. So how grep is doing, our head and tail commands are doing, it's a row based approach. Now I want to do the column based approach. So columns vertical. So how can you do that? So that's by using AWK command. So AWK command and -f delimiter, and you print your print your column number. So let's say, so this file you take etc password. So AWK. So what is the delimiter between field to field? So it's a colon character. So colon character, and inside this, so which one you're looking? So print $1. You just get sorry, file name is not given, and password, and you get the first column of that particular file. So etc password is a standard file which is having a standard columns, by the way, and out of it you're just asking for the first column, you're giving print $1 and you're getting the first column. Now let's say I'm looking for first column as well as now let's say 1 2 3 third column also. So then I have to give $3. Okay, so then you get this way, first column and then second column. Okay, so if you want um, columns to be printed, so then AWK. You have a cut command also, but I would prefer to use AWK command. Okay, so that's how okay, you can do the column based filtering using AWK command. All right, so that's how we can do the we can do the filtering with the content. All right, so the next thing, before to that, any questions? I see some questions already in the chat. Let me go through that. Here we are going to sorry, here we have some questions. Can you once again explain the tag command? So what is cat command? Cat command is going to show you all the content from line 1 is print. It is going to print line 1 at the starting and last line at the ending. So it is going to print in an order, first to last. If you want to get it in a reverse order, last to first, then TAC is a command which okay, so which so TAC command which is going to reverse the order and prints the last line and gets the first line at the ending. That's all. Reverse the file in the line number basis. And another question, is there any full form for grep command? So I don't think so. Grep is a general word basically. Grep meaning, it's a general okay, it's a command line utility which you have, and so it's such something. Okay, so I don't think so you don't have I don't think so you have any full forms for this particular one. Okay, so whereas there are some commands like egrep. Egrep means grep is the one, but egrep means extended grep. Okay, and the fgrep is also there. Pgrep is a process grep, something like that. You have it. Okay, but grep you don't have anything particular. All right, so All right, so the next thing is going to be dealing with the file content. So here you have dealing with your own file content and by using your own editor. Okay, so how do we do that? So let's go and talk about that. Before to that, any questions from anyone? So before entering into the file editors, any questions on this so far?
When do we use egrep?
Egrep and pgrep. You have two other more grep commands. Okay, so like does the grep command functionality only, but little bit more options. So different utilities you have, by the way. Yeah, you can explore them.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. So the next thing is going to be talking about file editor. Okay. So far you're not dealing with adding your own contents. You're just dealing with files, and after that, so you're just dealing with the existing content. Now I want to create my own content. I want to create my own content, or I have to add my own content to the file. So how do you do that? So in any of the operating system, you have to go with the editor. Like you take Windows, you have Notepad as a default editor, and as well as you have WordPad also a default editor in your Windows operating system, right? So WordPad is a little bit advanced one, and Notepad. Okay, so this is what you have it, right? So the same way in Linux operating system also in Red Hat, it has so many editors, and by default and widely used editor is VI editor. By widely used editor is um, widely used editor is VI editor. Okay, but VI is a very basic editor, and VI editor is a basic editor, and VIM editor is little enhanced editor of VI version. Okay, so I'll prefer to use VIM than VI, because on an end user perspective, for you at least, you're a beginner. So for you, VIM can help you in getting the colors of a file. Okay, so that it makes your life uh, easy in understanding. So for an example, just open VIM/etc password. You can see colors, right? So just it's easy for me to understand, so what is what. But whereas if I just go for I don't think so, unless until I simply go for VI, you don't see colors. Options wise, what are the options we are going to talk about? At least those options are same in VI or VIM both. Okay, so okay, but VIM is going to give colors. Okay, so the options which we talk about doesn't really change much, basically. Okay. Now coming to the VI editor, so the VI editor, by default VI editor is not available, so install VIM is going to help you, but we are using a custom image, right? We're already using a custom image. I have VIM already installed. Okay, so if it is not there, so you can just go ahead and install by giving sudo yum install VIM. No, if you are using my image, so definitely you will not get that issue. So just ignore this particular part. And if it is not there, if you want to install, simply give yum install VIM, and it will take care of it. Okay, so here is a very important diagram you need to understand for VI editor. Okay, so VI editor is going to have three modes. VI editor is going to have three modes. So what are the three modes? So whenever you open any file with VI editor, it is going to go into escape mode. And from escape mode, you can go to insert mode, and from insert mode, you can come back to escape mode. And you can go from, so from escape mode, you can go to colon mode, and colon mode, you can come back from colon mode to escape mode like this. But you cannot go from colon mode to insert mode, or insert mode to colon mode back. Okay, so this is not possible. That is not possible. Okay, so that's what you need to keep in mind. Okay, so yeah.
Sir, I've got a question.
Yeah.
What is the colon mode?
I'll explain one by one mode. So you have 3 modes by default. Every mode you can operate, you can perform some operations. Okay, so VI editor is not designed to give each and every operation in one single mode. Okay, it is providing 3 different modes, and every mode you can perform certain operations. That is how it has been designed. Okay, so that's where it looks a little bit complex for beginners, but it is really easy. So once you start getting familiarizing with VI editor, so trust me, you will blame Windows operating system. So for that, you don't have such options. Okay, so yeah, so VI is much better than any of the editor which you have in which you have even in Windows editors as well. Okay, because of its design, because it has modes, and so you can perform certain operations, and um, uh, so certain modes, and you have certain operations in each and every mode. We'll see what all we require. I'm not talking about all the options. Okay, it's a very vast one, by the way, but still, whatever is needed, we'll talk about that. So whenever you open any file with VI editor, by default it takes you to the escape mode. Okay, so I'll just open so VI, and I'll just go and use sample or VIM because I want to use VIM sample. Okay, so here is my VI editor. So by default, I am in VI, I am in VI editor. By default, I'll be in which mode? I'll be in escape mode. So I'm in escape mode. In escape mode, what are the operations you can perform? So this is an empty file. Let's take the password file, which I already have some content. Okay, so whenever you open any file which is already having some content, so it shows you the content by default, and we're going to get we are going to get in escape mode by default. Okay, and we can perform some operations here. Okay, and the next thing is going to be sorry, not next thing, VI editor escape mode. So first thing first, if you want to search something in VI editor, so you just give a / in escape mode. If you are in escape mode, it never shows that you're in escape mode. Okay, if you press escape, you can just simply go to the escape mode. If you press escape character inside your keyboard, it will simply take your escape mode, or by default you'll in escape mode. So just to be cautious that you're in escape mode, just press 1 or 2 times escape, so that's fine, you'll be in escape mode. And in / I want to give / at the down. You can see this automatically / came up, and just give root enter. It is going to automatically highlight. So what all the it is going to highlight automatically, the words where you have that particular root keyword. Okay, you might not see it properly because the colors are a little bit weird actually. That's okay. Okay, so here is what it is highlighting automatically, so it's easier for you to search now, right? So that is what one operation you perform on escape mode. Now let's say you have another operation, so which is anchoring, so which is nothing but copying a line. So now let's say if I want to copy this line, so my cursor in this particular line, if I want to copy this line, so then YY, so it is not showing me that I copied a line as well. Okay, so it just copied. I'm in escape mode and I press YY, so I just copy that particular line. Now if I want to paste it, so wherever you want to paste it, you can just go there. I want to paste at the ending. I'm just coming to the last line, and if I just give P is for paste. It copied 2 lines, so just go here. I just want to copy 1 line, YY. Okay, so and I want to paste it. I come here and just give P. So P is for pasting. So if you want to paste for 10 times, so let's say, and U I have pressed to undo the changes what I have mentioned, like Control Z in Windows. So U. Okay. So now let's say I want to copy this particular line, YY, and I want to paste it for 10 times in a single shot, 10Y, sorry, 10P. Let me YY and just give 10P. So it pasted 10 times. In Windows, do you have such option, by the way? in any of the editor? I don't think so. Okay, so here it is easy, right? So that's how, and you can, so you can copy a single line by using YY, and I'm pressing U to undo, I'm going back to the same line. I want to copy 2 lines, so that 2 lines means I am my cursor in that line, so that line plus next line, okay, 2 lines, so 2 YY, and you just come down to just UP, and you're just done. Okay, so then you have something called as cut and paste or delete. So how do you delete a line? So how do you delete a line is DD, you're done. So if you don't paste it, so that's a delete, and if you paste it, that's a cut and paste. Just try to understand. Okay, so you have cut and paste as a different option, and you have a cut and paste you have a cut and paste as a different option in Windows, but in Linux, in this editor especially. So you have, delete is nothing but a cut. If you never save it, that is a delete. Or if you save it, it's a cut and paste. Or if you paste it, it's a cut and paste, or else it's a simple delete. Okay, so that's how you're going to have via editor escape mode. A lot of operations. You have hundreds of operations, by the way. Okay. So all those operations we're not discussing, we're discussing whatever is needed. Okay. So would like to stop here and continue the remaining 2 modes in tomorrow's session. And yeah, we'll continue from there. Any questions?
Yeah, Raghu.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, please. Can you demonstrate the NYY, please?
Yeah. So N is nothing but a number. You put 1 YY. If you put 3, it's 3 YY. Wherever your cursor is, or let's say my cursor is in this line, assume. So you can see this cursor, right, block. So
Yeah.
wherever you are in, so there you press 2 YY. That means you copied 2 lines, and you come down and paste, try to paste it. And wherever you want, you can paste it. So I'm just pasting at the ending. So just give P. So you can see this 2 lines are pasting.
Okay, so you copied that line and the line below it.
Yeah, yeah. So N is number of lines. It's not like N. It's basically, it's denoting a number. So 1 YY or 2 YY or number.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to do that earlier today, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Hey, Raghu.
Yeah.
Just a small question. Okay, see if you open a 2 files right at the same time, and how do you copy between the 2 files, and how do you talk?
So you want to toggle between 2 files.
Yeah.
So better open 2 tabs than so opening in a single editor. So that's always confusing. So rather than that, open in 2 windows. Okay, and okay, 2 sessions like this, whatever I have done, and so open. Okay, so open in 2 different files. So that is much easier than remembering the options. My suggestion. This way.
Hi, Raghu, this is Subrata here.
Yes, Subir.
Yeah, I have created in AWS the instances for centers. Actually, accidentally I've created 2 instances, but I'm not getting any options to delete one.
You should be getting. So deleting is nothing but terminate. So you have to give right click, instant state, and just give terminate. So it will go to terminate state.
Okay.
That's nothing but delete.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And okay, chat, I think from Lakshmi Career IT, there was a message that.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. No problem. So we're going to change the link. So most probably after tomorrow's session. Okay. So if there is any change of the link, we'll inform you anyhow. And
So
yeah.
you will mail the new link.
Yeah, we'll email you. So so your appropriate so counselors whoever is contacting you, so we'll send you the information. So in my case, so I'll send to a couple of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what about the payments?
So we'll send out the information completely over the email.
Okay.
You can just, yeah.
Thank you, Ravi.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Raghu, whatever the I mean, like recording sessions, what you're sending to us, they were like saved in the Google Drive, right? Because I
Okay.
don't actually see the YouTube link actually. Well,
Yeah.
if I
So
try to,
yeah. So actually, okay, you will see in Google Drive. So a couple of people will see in YouTube.
It's
So
available in YouTube if you use the link.
yeah, that's
no,
okay.
actually, I'm getting the Google Drive link
That's okay.
actually.
Let me. You don't talk. Okay. Let me.
Okay.
Okay. So what's happening is, so we are facing some problems with the Google Drive. Okay. So we want to get rid of Google Drive, and so we want to host it somewhere. So we found out, so YouTube is also a place where we can do that. So probably for this particular batch, some people will see Google Drive and some people will see YouTube, and it's like just testing out so how YouTube is going to work. It's already been tested with other so some Kubernetes batches. It's fine going on, but DevOps also we want to give a try because it's a wider audience here, and want to understand all the problems. We want to sort it out not with a bigger audience, with a small number. So that's where some people will see YouTube, some people will see Google Drive, but wherever it is doesn't matter. You can watch the video. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, all right. So no questions. We'll meet in tomorrow session, and tomorrow session will continue the VI editor and some command line utilities. Okay, probably tomorrow and day after tomorrow, 2 days, we're going to have we'll be stuck with Linux only, and after that we'll be entering into our DevOps concepts. Okay, so starts with a small project and understand the project requirements, and then we'll move on. Okay, thank you, and see you in tomorrow session. Bye.
Thanks, Raghu.